Hey everyone, hope you all are fine and safe. In the previous videos, we have discussed about numericals of motion. Now let us solve more problems. But before starting my video, if you have not subscribed my channel, then hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for the further updates of the coming videos. Let's get started. Ram starts its journey from his house to school with the speed of 10 meter per second. Then, after school, he reaches home at the speed of 5 meter per second. Find the average speed of Ram in his total journey. So, from the question itself, you must have understood that what exactly we want to find is the average speed. Now, the question must be arise in your mind that speeds are already given. 10 meter per second and 5 meter per second. Then why the average speed is being asked? Actually, the speed which is given, which is 10 meter per second and 5 meter per second, these are the speeds of the Ram with respect to house to school and school to house. What we want to calculate is the total average. What is the average speed of Ram in his total journey? So let's find out. First of all, we can see that in the question the distance of house and school, the distance of house and schools remains the same. So let us assume that the distance from house to school and school to house is D, capital D. So he moves from house to school and school to house. So what must be the total distance covered by Ram? It must be D plus D, which is equals to 2D. Okay. Is there any confusion here? If you have, then just comment in the comment section. Suppose T1 is the time taken by Ram to go from house to school. We are assuming that let T1 be the time, and similarly let us assume T2 be the time taken by Ram to go from school to house. What is the formula for average speed? We know that it is total distance upon total time. What is the total distance? Capital D plus capital D. And what is the total time? T1 plus T1. Here D and D gets added and what we get is 2D upon T1 plus T2. I think up till here nobody must have any doubts. If you have, you can comment. Okay. Now, for this equation to be get solved, okay, we must know the value of T1 and T2. From where do we get these values of T1 and T2? By using the information which is given in the question. What information is given? Information given is that the speed of Ram from house to school is 10 meter per second. So let us find T1 first. We know that the speed of the Ram from house to school is 10 meter per second. So what is the formula for speed? Speed is equals to distance upon time. Let us denote the speed of Ram from house to school by V1. So what we get an equation is V1 is equals to D upon T1. As the distance covered by Ram is D and the time taken by him is T1. Rearranging this equation, we get T1 is equals to D upon V1. We know the value of V1 and substitute that value. We get T1 is equals to D upon 10. Is it clear to everyone? Now let us move forward. Similarly, from school to house, yes, we can do all this and take out the value of T2 by using the equations which we have solved earlier. What is the formula for speed? Speed is equals to distance upon time. From school to house, let us assume that V2 is the speed of Ram from school to house. And what is the distance it is covering? Capital D. What is the time taken by Ram to go from school to house? T2. So what we get is V2 is equals to D upon T2. Rearranging this equation, we get T2 is equals to D upon V2. So what we get is T2 is equals to D by 5. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, now what we want to do is just substitute the value of T1 and T2 which we get in the equations that we have solved now. So substituting that values, we get average speed is equals to 2D upon D upon 10 plus D upon 5. We all know that D upon 10 and D upon 5 is the value of T1 and T2. So solving this equation, now taking the LCM of the denominator, what we get is 10. I think that everybody knows how to take out the LCM. Okay, so now d upon d plus 2d upon 10. Okay, this is all about the technique of taking the LCM. Okay, now after solving this, what we get is 2d upon 3d upon 10. Okay, d plus 2d is 3d and upon 10. Now we all know that how to solve the mathematical equations of such type. What we do is, if the fraction is taken in the denominator, it gets inverted. Okay, so what we get is 2d multiplied by 10 upon 3d. d and d gets cancelled. So what we left is 20 by 3, which is equals to 6.66 meter per second. So what is the average speed of Ram? Average speed of Ram in his total journey from house to school and school to house is 6.66 meter per second. Again, I request you, if you have any doubt related to this problem, just be free to write in the comment section. I will definitely give you the solution. So let us move towards the next problem. This is a very important question and it is a problem from your NCERT. One more thing I want to tell you is that whichever the problems that I am taking here in my videos, this will give you an idea, this will give you an concept, this will clear your concept to how to solve the questions. Means what kind of questions can be asked in your exams. Okay, so whichever may be the value, you must know the basic technique how to solve such a type of questions. So you must be able to solve any kind of questions with respect to any kind of values. Just remember the concept of how to solve that problems. Okay, now let us move towards the next one. A farmer moves along the boundary of a square field of side 10 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the magnitude of displacement of the farmer at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? This is the question. From the question itself, what we can find out is that displacement of the farmer we have to find. We have to find the magnitude of displacement of the farmer. Okay, you all know that what is displacement? Displacement totally depends upon the initial and the final position. Okay, is it clear to everyone? So for solving this question, to find the displacement, it is very necessary for us to find the initial position of the farmer and the final position of the farmer. And one more thing which is given in this question is that the farmer takes 40 seconds to complete the one round of the field. Okay, so first of all, what we will do in the given time, that is in 2 minutes 20 seconds, how many rounds the farmer is covering around the field, that we will first find out. Because of which what will happen is that we will find the initial and the final position of the farmer. Once we find that, then we will find the displacement. So let us move towards the solution. So what is given is the square field is there having a side of 10 meters. Now time required to complete one round is 40 seconds. So what we have to find? Displacement after 2 minutes 20 seconds. Is it clear? Now solution. What we have to first do? We have to find the initial and the final position of the farmer. For that we have to find out number of rounds taken by the farmer. How we will calculate? We will divide the total time, that is the 2 minutes 20 seconds. First of all, we will convert 2 minutes 20 seconds into seconds itself. Okay, you all know that whenever we solve the questions or problems or numericals, first we have to note that all the units must be in SI units. Okay, minutes is not a SI unit, so first we have to convert it. After conversion, the seconds what we get is 140 seconds. So total time traveled by the farmer is 140 seconds. How much time is required to complete one round? 40 seconds. This is the basic mathematical questions that you are solving from 6th and 7th standard. Okay, so after solving, what we get is 3.5 rounds. How many rounds the farmer is completing? 3.5 rounds. So from the figure, see the figure, and here you must be observing that suppose the farmer is starting his journey from A. So he has completed 3 complete rounds. After completing 3 complete rounds, he again reaches to the point A. 3.5 round. He has not completed only 3 rounds. He has completed 3.5. 0.5 means half of the field, which means that the farmer maybe have reached at a point C, which is the half of the field. Okay, so what we got here is that the initial position of the farmer is A and the final position of the farmer is C. From the figure, we can observe that ABC is forming a right angle triangle. Is it clear to everyone? Everyone can observe here. Along with that, it is given in the question that the side AB and BC, what is? It is 10 meters. Okay. Since this is a right angle triangle, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem and find out the value of AC. AC, which is the hypotenuse. Okay, so now let us apply the Pythagoras theorem to this triangle. So what we get is AC square equals to BC square plus BC, AB square plus BC square. So we have to find the value of AC. So taking square root on both sides, what we get is AC is equals to under root of AB square plus BC square. Substituting the value of AB and BC, what we get is 10 square plus 10 square under root of 10 square plus 10 square. Again solving, we get under root of 100 plus 100, which we get is equals to under root of 200. Now 200 can be written as 2 multiplied by 100. Okay, since 100 is a square root of 10, so 100 can be taken out from the square root. So what we get is 10 root 2. The value of root 2 is 1.414. When 1.414 is multiplied by 10, what we get is 14.14 meter. Is it clear to everyone? So what is AC? AC is the displacement of the farmer. What we have to find? Displacement. So yes, we get the solution. Displacement of the farmer is 14.14 meter. If you have any doubt, just comment below. Now this question is very simple. Okay. Now what is the question is? Starting from stationary position. See what is given here in itself in the question. Stationary position. What must be the stationary position? At a stationary position, the velocity of the object is 0. Okay. That must be very clear in your mind. Stationary position is nothing but the rest position. Okay. So starting from stationary position, Rahul starts its journey and attains the speed of 10 meter per second in 5 seconds. Okay, then find the acceleration of Rahul. It is very simple. So first of all, the basic concept or basic technique which we are following in each and every question. First of all, what is our aim? We have to write the given. What is given is Rahul is in stationary position. It is at rest. So what must be the initial velocity of the Rahul? It must be 0. So what we get is initial velocity of Rahul is 0 meter per second. Now after traveling few distance, what is the final velocity of Rahul? It is 10 meter per seconds. How much time do he traveled? He traveled for 5 seconds. What we want to find? We want to find acceleration. So what is the formula for acceleration? It is change in velocity upon time. What is change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity. So mathematically what we get is A is equals to V minus U upon T. What we will do is just substitute the values. A is equals to 10 minus 0 upon 5, which is equals to acceleration is equals to 10 upon 5, and what we get is acceleration is equals to 2 meter per second square. Is it clear to everyone? What is the acceleration of Rahul? It is 2 meter per second square. One more thing again I want to tell you everyone is that don't get confused in the values. If you are facing any kind of confusion while you identifying the quantities which is given in the question, so just remember a basic technique. Just observe the units. Just observing the units, you must be able to identify which quantity is being given. For example, meter per second, if it is given along with some number, then what it will denote is velocity. Maybe it must be initial velocity or final velocity, but it must be denoting some kind of velocity. Suppose second is being given, second what denotes is time. So from that unit you must be able to identify which quantity is being given. Since you are in 9th standard, you may face some kind of difficulty in understanding such a type of question. It's okay, everybody face, because it is the first time you are solving such a kind of questions. Again, if kilometer per hour is given, again you must be able to identify what is given is velocity. Suppose meter per second square is given, you must be able to identify that it is acceleration. It is very simple. It is just a matter of practice. The more you practice such a kind of questions, more you become comfortable with this. So is it clear to everyone? Now let us move toward the last problem. Okay, so the last problem is that now a bus decreases its speed from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 5 seconds. Find the acceleration of the bus. It is very simple question. See, from the units itself, you must be able to identify. See, kilometer per hour is given. So what it must be? It must be a speed. We don't know initial or final, but it is denoting speed. Again, 60 km per hour is given. Again, it is denoting, not speed, velocity. Okay. So now, second is given means it is denoting time. What we have to find is acceleration. First, what we will do is just write the given. What is given? Initial velocity equals to 80 km per hour. Final velocity equals to 60 km per hour. What time is taken is 5 seconds. What we have to find is acceleration. We all know what is the formula of acceleration. What is the formula for acceleration? Acceleration is equals to change in velocity upon time taken. Now, in each and every problem, it is not necessary that you will find the value of change in velocity separately. Here in this question, we are calculating the change in velocity separately, and then we are substituting the value in the equation of acceleration. Now, why we are doing is that since here you can observe that the units is given in kilometer per hour. If we convert 80 km per hour to some meter per second and converting 60 km per hour in some meter per second, the equation will become complicated. So to avoid such a kind of complications, we will just simplify this equation by calculating the change in velocity separately. First we will calculate change in velocity in kilometer per hour, and then we will convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second, which will make our problem simple. So first we will calculate the change in velocity, which is equals to v minus u upon 60 minus 80. Since 60 is the final velocity and 80 is initial velocity, what we get is minus 20 km per hour. Here you must be observing that why negative sign is there. This negative sign shows that the direction of acceleration is opposite to the direction of motion. You all know that since the brakes are applied, the velocity is been decreasing with time, which shows that the body is undergoing retardation or deceleration. Is it clear, everyone? So now it becomes very simple for us to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. You all know that there is one trick. By using that, we can directly convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. So what it is? Minus 20 multiplied by 5 by 18 meter per second. Just keep it as it is only. Okay. Now what we will do is just substitute the value of change in velocity in the equation of acceleration. So what we get is acceleration is equals to minus 20 multiplied by 5 by 18. Okay. Divided by 5. Since time taken is 5 seconds. Is it clear to everyone? So now, simplifying this equation, we can see that 5 and 5 gets cancelled. Okay. So denominator got cancelled. What left is minus 20 multiplied by 1 by 18. Now simplifying this equation, what we get is minus of 10 by 9, which is equals to minus 1.11 meter per second square. Again I am telling you, the negative sign shows that the direction of acceleration is opposite to the direction of motion of the object. Retardation is being retardation is being taking place. Deceleration is being taking place. Okay, everyone, is it clear to everyone? If you have doubt, comment below. Now, if you think my video is helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone. Take care.